This is your main man RJ from the Ringside Rant, heard only on the Visionaries Wrestling Network. So go over and subscribe across all your major platforms, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Stitcher to hear every great interview I have every Monday on the Visionaries Wrestling Network. Go over and follow the show's page on Twitter @_Ringside Rant. Follow the network's page @BizWrestleNet. And, as always, embrace the vision.
Hello, friends. This is Spencer Love, your host of Over the Top Rope on the Win Column Sports Network. Don't forget you can head to wincolumnsports.ca for all of your previews, reviews, and breaking news from the world of wrestling, be it your major promotions or from the great province of Alberta, Canada. Now, back to Sounds of Struggle with your hosts, Chris Parrish and Meniac.
Episode 93 of the Sounds of Struggle. I am Chris Parrish.
I'm Doug Gilmour.
No.
Oh, I'm married.
Yeah.
Yeah. On a side note, this episode of the podcast is sponsored by all the leftover Nike merch. Which, by the way, apparently their stock has never been higher. Smart move by them.
Man, Colin Kaepernick. That guy can make you some money.
It's all about the fro.
Too bad he can't make any NFL teams. Word.
Take that, you fucking rich bastard.
Says someone, even the 49ers don't want to sign you. Just going to point that out.
It says something when the Cleveland Browns don't want to sign you. Or the Bills.
Yeah, the Bills suck.
Yeah.
The Bills suck. At least the Browns have tied. They haven't lost 2 games.
On a side note, when did you say the last time was it there's been 2 ties in 2 weeks?
No, I think it was 78, 79, one of those years.
It's been a while.
But that's not just 2 weeks, or 2 ties in 1 year. That's when week 1 and week 2 each had a tie.
Yeah.
So it's happened before where there's multiple ties in a year. Just
last time it was like the first 2 weeks there was a tie in each week.
Yeah, so.
Crazy.
Who's going to tie in week 3? Come on.
I'm going to say the Bengals and whoever they're playing.
Well, I think the Jets. And I'm trying to think who they play.
Let's look it up.
This Thursday. So, tonight, seeing how this podcast airs on Thursday.
Indeed.
Yeah, I know it's not a good team, though.
NFL football. Week 3, Jets versus Cleveland.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, Cleveland's already tied, so.
What about Denver and Baltimore? No, Cincinnati and...
No, Flacco's actually playing pretty solid so far, so I think...
Cincinnati, like what I said, the Bengals and the Panthers. They're going to tie on Sunday.
I hope Cincinnati wins that game.
I know you do.
I mean, yeah, divisional rival Panthers. Gotta cheer against them. That's the rule.
What about Pittsburgh and Tampa? Would you be okay with those ties?
Pittsburgh. Need them to win. Tampa's divisional, and they're technically leading our division. Even if they tie and the Saints win, Tampa's still up because they're B2-0-1.
Yeah.
So I need them to lose.
Okay, fair enough.
The only problem is they have our tiebreaker right now because our defense didn't fucking show up week 1.
You know, that was definitely a high-scoring offense.
Yeah.
So a lot's happened since our last 2 podcasts.
Well, it's been 2 weeks ago since we've or recorded anything.
I had a wedding.
Yeah.
I survived. You were at that wedding.
Yeah.
We got drunk.
Yeah.
It's a good time. To all those well-wishers, thank you.
And then our wife went to Vegas.
It's been a good week.
So she actually bailed during the wedding because she had to go.
I did get a chance to say bye when she was leaving.
Yeah, I was forced to. I mean, I wanted to.
I have no comment on that.
She kind of approached me saying she was leaving in 15 minutes, so I had no choice.
Fair enough.
But, I mean, I was busy.
Making my day awesome.
Exactly.
Make it awesome.
This is what we play for.
Yeah. And then the next day, I was in a really fancy hotel room at West Ed, and I got to watch Hell in a Cell from the jacuzzi.
Oh.
That was great.
Oh, yeah, apparently when I walked my wife out to the car she was being picked up, everyone in that car said I reeked of alcohol. So, yeah, we had a great time Saturday.
That's when I was smoking my big old Cuban cigar.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Thanks for not asking me if I wanted one, by the way.
I assumed you didn't want one.
Yeah.
No. I know you well enough, I figured you wouldn't.
No, I'm not so much into Cubans.
Oh, you're more into
Unless his name is Mark, because he's funny.
Yeah, you're more into dainty Albanians.
Oh, more like waxy Brazilians.
No hair, don't care. Very good.
I'm very happy you said that.
Sure. Yeah.
Ironic.
Yeah. Yes, it is. So, what do you want to start? Hockey's back. Do you want to start there? Do you want to go all the ball sports?
Well, preseason, yeah, did just start the other day.
I have so very many things for hockey.
Oh, there's your 2-0.
There you go.
Yeah. Darnell Nurse finally got signed.
Hooray!
Yes,
he got signed to, what is it, 2-year, $3.2 million contract per year?
2 years, 6.4, 3.2 each year, yeah. Day after Morrissey signed a 3.15 AAV with Winnipeg.
Yes.
Which helped that go quickly, so appreciate that signing.
Yes. What else happened? Pacioretty went to Vegas.
Yeah.
For Tatar Suzuki in 2019 second-round pick.
Did you go back and check out how much Tatar was traded for? Like, how much Vegas gave
First,
up?
second, and a third.
Yeah.
And he really, he did all right, but he didn't even play all the fucking playoff games.
And he didn't, it was Tatar and multiple things for Pacioretty.
Yeah.
So,
Tatar Suzuki.
Erik Karlsson got traded to San Jose.
Wait, I have it here. He went to the Sharks for Chris Tierney, Dylan DeMello, prospect Josh Norris,
and a conditional
Rudolph,
first round and second round.
Bar Sellers, a conditional 2020 first, and a conditional 2019 second to Ottawa, who would also receive a conditional 2021 second round if Karlsson re-signs with San Jose after this year.
Yeah.
That's a whole swack of stuff.
Now, what's funny is if Karlsson didn't sign back with them, and then he's fucking Ottawa twice. Now...
Or if this is double screw job and he ends up going back to Ottawa. Fuck you, Sharks!
I don't think anybody wants to go to Ottawa right now.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so and then still a lot of RFAs not signed. Like we have William Nylander out of Toronto.
Yeah.
Shea Theodore out of Vegas.
Yeah.
We got Miles Wood out of New Jersey.
And then Nick Ritchie
out of Anaheim. Because as of this morning, Sam Reinhart re-signed with the Buffalo Sabres.
Well, yeah, he did. Also want to throw Pacioretty signed a 4-year, $28 million extension with Vegas.
Yeah, that happened pretty much the same day, too.
Yeah. Yeah, so there are... what else is there? Boston traded McQuaid to New York Rangers for Comfer, 2019 4th-round pick and conditional 7th-round pick.
Yeah. Someone was pointed out when I was listening to the radio yesterday about if you think any of the RFAs coming up could be offer sheeted. Now, when you think of William Nylander, think of this one. Is there one GM that wants to get back at Toronto? Perhaps someone who lost their job.
Lou Lamoriello?
From the New York thing, who just lost their star player to Toronto.
You think they offshoot him something huge?
It's either that, or do you think they will try over at Marner Matthews or one of those guys?
Maybe they'll try all three. If they don't get one, let's keep going.
If I was Islanders, I would think about that, because if you can pretty much rip one of those three away from the Toronto Maple Leafs, then losing John Tavares is less
of a blow.
Exactly, because then you at least got a good young player out of it.
Yeah.
And you do have a lot of cap room because you're willing to spend all that much on Tavares.
Yeah. Speaking of cap room, Sagan just signed 8-year, $78.8 million.
Yeah,
the way that they released it was fantastic.
Yeah, congratulations to Dallas for having some fun with it and making a Super Mario video.
Yes.
It's great.
Yep. What else happened?
Also, I just want to point out, on that video, he was shooting fireballs at a lot of teams' logos. Not once did the Oilers logo show up.
Really?
Yeah.
Blackhawks did. They were the first one.
Yeah.
I think they honestly just shot everything that was in...
Wasn't it, like, divisional?
In Central, and then there's also, Detroit and one other team that was just random.
Well, because Dallas and Detroit has had a history, though.
Yeah. What else happened? I could mention Cody Franz became latest former NHLer to land an avant-garde and OMSK for KHL, but really, who cares about that?
Yep.
The NHL bans keg stands off the Stanley Cup because it keeps getting bent.
Yeah,
that's kind of funny.
That was funny.
In a shocking twist, Steve Yzerman steps down and into an advisory role with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Did not see that coming.
A lot has to do with... Well, didn't he step away completely from the team?
No.
Or did he just step away from the GM?
He's now more of like an advisor, kind of like how Scotty Bowman's was the advisor to Chicago. He's kind of doing that now.
Because I heard one of the reasons of him stepping down is to see if a role less... less... strenuous for him would keep him in Tampa, because apparently all of his family still lives in Detroit. So, and he works out of Tampa.
Yeah.
So he might want something a little bit closer to home.
Yeah.
And they're rumoring that Ken Holland might not be the GM of the Detroit Red Wings much longer. So, could be a...
That'd be interesting.
If I was the Oilers, I would really be looking at that one, though. Because this is a make-or-break year for Peter Chiarelli.
Yeah.
Steve Yzerman would be a great...
Imagine Yzerman and Gretzky working together.
And Messier and Coffey.
I've never heard of those two.
Yeah.
Speaking of people we never heard of, NHL suspends Austin Watson for entire preseason and 27 games over that whole assault with batteries thing.
Man, Austin Watson just can't do anything right. First he makes a softcore porno, and then now he's beating up women.
Yeah, apparently. We have a couple new captains to talk about.
A few.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson's the new Coyotes captain.
Yeah.
The fourth one.
Yeah, and I actually asked you if you knew who the other three were.
I had three. I did not get Teppo Numminen.
No.
You could have given me 100 chances, and I would never have picked Teppo Numminen. I don't know why. He's just very forgetful. Not a very memorable player to me.
No, it was only a couple seasons, though, too.
Yeah, that's true.
But it was actually back when they wore what they now have as their jerseys.
I love those jerseys.
He was a captain during that time frame.
It was right after Keith Tkachuk.
Yeah, because he got traded, and then they put it on Numminen.
There's also Justin Williams, who's a local Coburg boy from my hometown. He's the new captain of the Hurricanes. And
kind of surprised on that one, to be honest.
I am a
because
little
I wouldn't think Williams is going to be there for much longer.
Yeah, it's where he got his first Stanley Cup. It's one of the three places he really enjoyed playing.
I mean, I can understand it, but I mean, it's like Toronto giving a seat to Marleau, or something like that. Or
he's not that old. I think he's 36, 30.
No, but he's...
Maybe they're just doing like an interim thing for him a couple years before, so they give it to someone else.
Yeah, they must be, because I think that's what they did with Florida, to be honest, because they had a captain there.
Willie Mitchell for like a season
It wasn't even Mitchell, it was somebody else. And he had, I wanted to say it was McKenzie for a year or two. Yeah. And then he's still on the team, but then they gave it to Alexander Barkov. Junior, by the way.
Alexander Barkov Jr.
He's a junior.
Interesting.
He just doesn't use it.
Did not know that. Also, Zetterberg just he's unofficially retiring, I guess you could call it. He's not going to play in the NHL anymore.
Well, he retired, but right now the NHL, what they have to do is they have to investigate all retiring. They have to make sure that his injuries are legitimate, because I guess lately now, when you look at the Chris Prongers, or even more or less the Pavel Datsyuk, he retires because of injury from the NHL, but then he's playing in KHL.
Yeah.
I think it's just one of those things, so that if he was to do something else, they can maybe it's just dual diligence on the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can both agree.
Nobody questions it. It's just something they have to do.
I think we can both agree that his contract will end up in Phoenix. down for Arizona because, they have all the other contracts.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Arizona actually can take that one up. I don't think they have... I don't know. Well, I don't know if they have the cap space. I have to look that up. But I don't know if they can add any more contracts.
Fair enough.
To the roster right now. Because they're only allowed 50 contracts.
Yeah, and they have 3 that don't play.
Right. You can hide some in the LTIR, but,
Yeah. Speaking of LTIR, we got a couple Blackhawk defensemen, and Seabrook is out for a couple weeks, and Murphy's going to be out 8 weeks with a back injury.
Well,
so
I think Murphy's the only one who technically...
out?
Well, the one that actually is LTIR. 2
Yeah.
weeks I don't think is LTIR.
But still, it's still an injury. Right now, our defense in Chicago is looking a little thin.
Yeah, but what do you think about it? 2 weeks. If he's only out 2 weeks, he'll still be there for the opener.
That's true. Hopefully.
The opener's until, the first or second week of
I think
October.
there's, 15 days left?
Yeah, so
14 days, something like that?
that sounds like 2 weeks to me.
Yeah, that's damn near 2 weeks. So, give or take 3 days. And then last thing we just saw tonight, actually, right before we started the podcast, is Max Domi was given a 2-minute minor for roughing and a match penalty after punching Ekblad. Basically giving him a suck bomb.
I think they've just done that stuff in preseason.
Yeah, you don't want to get too... So I guess the NHL will be looking at that. And
I think he'll just get a fine. I don't think he'll get a suspension.
yeah, I can't say for preseason.
It wasn't that...
It's just Ekblad didn't want to fight, and Domi kept punching, and then just sucked.
I guess they have to look back on it, if he's been suspended before and stuff like that, his history.
Has he been suspended before?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
You're asking me to do research here.
Yeah, fair enough.
My research was having some wings and having some beer, so...
Fair enough. Well, let's move on to basketball. Here's some research. Space Jam 2 looks like it's happening. They have a director and a producer now.
Ooh. Feels emotion.
I hope it does. That's a great sports movie. Enjoy it. The first one, anyways. So I hope they do another one.
As long as, they don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
We're all happy that they're making another Ghostbuster movie, and then they fucked it up, so...
Well, it's not like they're going to use the WNBA.
You use Kia Nurse?
Yeah, there you go.
Ugh. Kind of looks like Darnell. It's not that nice. Good basketball player, though.
Very good basketball player. The other thing I have for basketball is Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, Grant Hill, and Ray Allen have all been inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. So, Canadian boy in there.
Yep.
So, good for him. That's about all I have for basketball.
2/3 of the clique. You got the Kid and you got the Nash.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now you just need a bad guy.
I don't think anybody's last name Ramon.
No, you're right.
Or Hall. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, and then also Dwayne Wade said he's going to be one more season and he's done.
Yep.
So, that's cool.
Do you think he gets traded from Miami this year?
I don't think so.
He got traded last year.
I guess he did.
Or did he get traded?
No, he played a couple years ago, and then he came back last year. I think it's because he signed for more money there. Or more in Chicago.
Yeah. It just was weird to see him as a Bull.
Yeah.
I think more people want to see LeBron as a Bull than Dwayne Wade.
I would agree with that.
But LeBron as the Lakers, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Seeing LeBron in purple is kind of funny.
Yeah. I'd rather see LeBron in nothing.
Well, if you want to see him in nothing, then you probably give him to the worst place team because nobody sees them either.
So,
who is
Trailblazers?
Who is the worst team now?
Supersonics.
I don't know. Vancouver Grizzlies. Big Country Reeve is lighting it up in Vancouver.
So, how about John Gibbons and the Blue Jays are going to part ways at the end of the season?
Called it.
You did call it.
Told you.
Yeah, you did.
But, I mean, if you're going to go rebuild, you might as well change the whole thing.
Yeah.
What I don't like is Atkins said in 3 years, if they're not in the playoffs, he considers this a disappointment. It's like, you need pieces in play, though, if you want to make the playoffs still. Like, you can't just hope that everything's going to work out. Something's going to not work out. Injuries are going to happen.
Yeah.
So you needed some pieces.
I mean, look at Donaldson, injured all year now. He's kicking ass.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Let's hope that they keep some of their nucleus still.
Like, for example, Vladdy Guerrero Jr., who was named the minor league player of the year.
Well, not so much of that. Like, that's one of the guys that you know is going to be, one of your new stars that shine. But, I mean, talking about the players now, like, there's still pieces on the team now that could still do well with the team moving forward. Like,
Too low.
Maybe. I would have traded Tulo before I traded Donaldson, to be honest.
Yeah, you both.
But, I mean, Tulo, he's kind of replaced that shortstop, though.
Yeah.
At least with third base, you can at least have one DH and one play third base. If Vladdy is not in shape, which is kind of a hit against him, and then you can still have Donaldson play. So it's not the worst thing. But I'm talking about like the Justin Smokes of the team. That guy shouldn't be going anywhere.
No.
And then your Kevin Pillar should still be a staple in your midfield.
For defense, anyways.
I could see the team moving away from Russell Martin. I wouldn't be against that. But yeah, they just got some pieces of the puzzle still that, a couple of years still can be.
Like a John Gibbons. They should really just rally around him.
No. Get rid of him.
Yeah, right? You heard it here first.
I do voice would be nice, though, too. Like, if you're going to have multiple seasons where you're kind of I don't want to say failing, but if you're not going to reach expectation, then, manager needs to take some responsibility.
Yeah.
But, they need a bullpen, though, more than anything.
Yeah, they need to have Stroman actually not be shit. They need to have AJ Sanchez not be shit.
Biagini guy should be on the way out.
Yeah.
If you want to win a game, don't let him pitch.
Yeah.
If you don't want to win a game, put him in.
Pick him up. Let's go on to the NFL. Bills Vontae Davis retires at halftime during a loss to the Chargers.
You know what?
What the fuck?
I don't disagree with this. People can say like, oh, it's disrespectful, but look, like what he said, like he said, look, like I just realized, like I am not able to do what I was able to do before. He's like, I'm not feeling it anymore. He's like, my body's telling me like it's just now. He's like, it wasn't the best timing, but it's just when it hit me. In that game, you can't put your body in places to get hurt for no reason. Like you can get beat up in the NFL.
Yep.
So anybody who realizes when they're still in a healthy mindset that they got to get out, that's not a bad thing. The fact that it happened at halftime is weird. It's different. It's the first time.
I would have gone back and told the coaches just keep me off for the rest of this game. And then after the game would have done it?
I personally would have. I think a lot of people would finish the game. However, when he know that you just can't do it anymore, and it's just not physically something like, or mentally something that you want to do, you got to walk away regardless of the time or position.
Now, how much of this is because the Bills suck so bad?
Hey, he signed there. That's on him.
Fair enough.
But he was getting like money. He was getting like $5 million to pay for the Bills. It's like paying $5 million for a vacuum because. No, wait, sorry. The whole team is like a vacuum. They tend to suck and blow at once. But at the end of the day, you can't fault him for, getting the realization that he's done. But you can fault him for, you had to figure this out at halftime. You couldn't finish the game. You couldn't figure this out before the game.
Yeah.
I don't agree that it's a spur of the moment thought, but I do agree that that he did the best thing for him and his health moving forward, though.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. And Rodgers sprained his knee the first game of the season, and then managed to come back with a knee brace, and they tie. Hence the second tie in 2 weeks.
You totally downplayed his heroic week 1 though.
Yeah, you did all right.
He got carted off, came back, and propelled their team to a comeback win.
Over the Bears.
Yeah. Who actually won in week 2 against the Seahawks, which I was very happy with. Because now the Seattle Shithawks are 0-2.
Go, Shithawks, go.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's hilarious that the Brown fans, after second game, stayed outside the stadium and held tryouts for a new kicker. That is fun. You know what? I'll give them that. They have a sense of humor.
Well, I wonder if Minnesota did the same thing.
Right?
Because both teams could have better fates if their kicker did their jobs, but they didn't have the greatest of weeks and ended up losing their jobs the very next day.
Yeah. I agree with that.
And Minnesota's head coach very bluntly said, when asked why the decision today about releasing the kicker, he was like, "Oh, did you see the game? He's like, you think we would have won if we got some help in that area?"
Yeah.
He's like, "I do." So we had to make an adjustment. We had to make a change. We need someone that if that situation happened again, we'd have a different result.
Yep. Last thing I have for ball sports is the NLL, National Lacrosse League, is expanding its franchise to Halifax. Halifax! Halifax!
Yeah, and I heard 20... what year is it Is it next year?
2020 is what I heard.
Because I heard 2021 is a possibility where Edmonton might get looked at for having another team.
Yeah.
So, if anybody's like, "Oh, why does they get it, not Edmonton?" Yeah, it's because it's not that easy. Paperwork was done a lot longer. Actually, I think from what I heard, Halifax was trying to get a team when the Rush was still in Edmonton.
Yeah. Takes a while.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at the Seattle insert team's name there for NHL. Takes a while.
Well, and that's the thing. Even the Seattle franchise in the NHL could take a couple extra years too. So, but also too, what failed on their part was that Vegas just entered the league.
Yeah.
So you want to give the other teams a chance to kind of get back to that. Also, their CBA I think is closing in.
Yeah, 2021's the last year, so they'll probably do it after that.
Or right before it.
Right before it, just to distract them, yeah.
I assume it'll be announced before.
Yeah.
I think in due time they'll get a team.
Yeah, I agree. As with combat sports, Mayweather has announced he'll fight Manny Pacquiao again. My question is why? The first fight was past their prime. He doesn't need it. He's literally hundreds of millions of dollars. What does he need?
Yeah, but what I've always heard about Mayweather is as much as he can make money, he's just as quick as spending it.
No, fair enough. Well, there you go for that.
Well, and plus it'll be an easy 51-0 record.
Yeah.
For the fame and the money, man.
Yep. I don't understand why.
A lot easier than MMA, where everyone knows he'll get knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. Speaking of which, it's not MMA style, but Canelo versus Triple G2 happened on my wedding night, and Canelo got the win. He's now the new middleweight champion. And so there's that.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't really care about boxing that much.
Oh, fair enough. That's all I got, so let's move on from that. Wrestling!
It's really all about.
Do you want to start with Hell in a Cell recap, or do you want to finish with it?
We can just start with it.
Start with Hell in a Cell recap. Okay. Did you watch it?
No, I was recovering and watched football.
What were you recovering from?
Your wedding.
Oh, very good.
I needed some naps. I didn't really sleep much after.
I'm still recovering. I'm still exhausted. I don't know how much to take out. The day went by so quick, but I'm so goddamn tired.
So, yeah.
Anyways, so the first match was a pre-show match. There was only one pre-show match.
It was a New Day.
It was New Day versus Rusev Day.
Yeah.
And New Day retained.
Yeah.
The match itself was alright. Did
you watch SmackDown?
Where Aiden English turned it into Aiden Day because he turned on Rusev Day.
Yeah.
So there's that now.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're going to go from here. I mean, obviously there's going to be a feud between the two of them, but
I think it's just a way to
I honestly think the Drama King on his own, I don't like his stuff. I loved him when he's with the Vaudevillains. I loved him when he's with Rusev Day. On his own, I just don't care.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
But also, I think it's more of just to, get Rusev that platform.
Yeah, could be.
I really would not mind to see Rusev finish this one off with Aiden English and then go on for like a Randy Orton type feud. I think that would be awesome. And It's fresh.
Yep.
I don't think we've seen that before, so.
Speaking of which, first match on the main card, Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy in Hell in a Cell match, which was surprisingly really good.
I didn't know TLC can happen in Hell in a Cell, but that could be an interesting concept.
Yeah. But no, like the whole match itself, I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting it to be alright, but it was actually really, really good. And it ended with...
Okay, just out of curiosity, though, why does Jeff Hardy allow Randy Orton? And why does Randy Orton think about fucking around with the hole in Jeff Hardy's ear?
Because no one's done it, that's why.
And literally put
a screwdriver in and start twisting it?
Oh.
It's evil. I love... This is old school Jeff Hardy minus like the punting. I love it.
You mean old school Randy Orton?
That's what I meant. Sorry, yes. Old school Randy Orton. You're right. Thank you for the correction.
I mean, it's pretty much all Jeff Hardy. Just going to kill my body.
Yeah, let me just murder myself.
That's Jeff Hardy since, 97?
Yeah, probably since 1990. But yeah, it's...
Well, he entered the WWF in 1997. Well,
yeah, true.
So...
Yeah, the match itself is actually... The one complaint I will say I have from this pay-per-view, they changed the entire Hell in a Cell to be red. I found it a little distracting. I know it's a little thing, it doesn't matter, but when you're watching it, instead of watching it through a cage, you're watching it through a red
Why not
cage.
make it black or something?
Or white. White is so much easier to look at than red.
Or why change it at all?
Just leave it, exactly. There's no need. But again, that's my thing, my personal little thing.
Well, I mean,
does it really matter? No, it really doesn't.
You can't fault him for trying something different.
No, and honestly, I'm pretty sure the cage was higher than normal.
Yeah. So I mean,
way bigger.
Worst case, if they choose to go somewhere else now, I mean, you can at least say, "Well, we tried."
Yep. No, I agree. But yeah, Randy Orton won that match, and you know what? I think that they're taking Jeff off screen for a little bit to come back as Will-o'-the-Wisp or as Brother Nero.
But he was doing house shows after, which was weird.
Okay, I didn't hear that. That is a little strange.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not sure what they'll do with it, because he wasn't on SmackDown, right?
Also, pushing the hiney that's in front of us.
Yeah, so it's a nice hiney.
Yeah.
I can't believe you used that word, hiney.
He must work out.
He must work out. Third match was the SmackDown Women's Championship match between Charlotte and Becky. This match also was actually pretty good. I did appreciate it.
Yep.
And it was very back and forth. It was very, I was actually up in the air, and it came out with Becky Lynch defeating Charlotte and becoming a new champion, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see where they're going to go with this.
I very much liked their promo on SmackDown, too.
Yes.
Where it was kind of funny, where Becky Lynch was like, "Do you want to raise my hand?" "No, I don't want you to raise my hand." "Do you want to put the title around my waist?" "No, I don't want you to put the title around my waist. I just want you to call me Queen, bitch."
Yeah.
Perfect.
It was good. It was very good. I'll be honest, I didn't watch much SmackDown. I watched half of Raw.
Oh, I just watched the clips of it, but that was good.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Yeah.
No, that is very good.
That was a good promo.
That is good.
Well, too, like, after the match, too, like, Charlotte goes to raise Becky's hand, and then she's like, "Nope.
Nope. No, you're not going to take my moment." No,
Nope.
It's good. I like it. Next match on the docket, the Raw Tag Champs of Dolph and Drew versus Dean and Seth.
Yeah.
Also a good match. Really good finish.
I thought this was the best match of the night.
Yeah. You know what? Let me look. Yeah. You could definitely argue it. I think AJ and Samoa Joe definitely are up there as well, but
Yeah.
Next two.
I would give AJ and Samoa Joe the number 2 spot, but I think, too, like, when it just comes to, what these four did in the tag match,
They did something
good
special.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did something special. It was very good, and the finish was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Highly recommendable. And we did not get new champions because Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre retained.
McIntyre.
With, I believe it was Seth Rollins going for his superplex that he hit. About to go for the Falcon Arrow on Dolph Ziggler.
And then Claymore.
Gets a Claymore, and
Beautiful.
then Ziggler falls right on top. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
So no new champs there. Then it was AJ versus Samoa Joe.
See, and I think, too, the reason why I gave the last match what it was, because he had the bad guys picking their spots and outsmarting the heels, or outsmarting the baby faces. What I hated about the finish of the Samoa Joe-AJ match was that it made Samoa Joe look a lot more...
Stupid?
Well, it showed that he got screwed over, and AJ was like, oh, I'm going to raise the title that, I kind of should have lost.
Yeah. And which, first of all, we're talking, obviously, AJ Styles retains, but what happened was Joe going in the Coquina clutch, Styles rolls backwards for the pin, and then as soon as, the pin's 2.5, Styles starts tapping.
But the referee is making the count on the other shoulder.
So he doesn't see it.
I also hated the fact that, because I thought this made the ref look stupid, because he wasn't counting the shoulders, he was just counting a shoulder.
Yeah.
So that kind of made the ref look like an idiot there. 2, they had the video replay. How many times have you seen a second ref come out to let the official of the match know that, oh, look, this happened, okay, and then
either they hold it up or they reverse it or they make them restart or whatever the case is. Which, if that's what you want to continue on, that's fine.
Or
But
how many times
they showed it literally right afterwards, and then they show AJ Styles watching it.
Yeah.
And it's okay. The match stuff was good. I like the finish if they built off it right afterwards.
But then, at the same time, what's the point of your general manager if they don't get involved in, controversies like this?
Yeah.
You had Kurt Angle do this on Monday Night Raw before. Why can't Paige come out after that match and says, look, I am restarting this match. Or, does it get her heat? Might be, but at the same time, again, this is why I much rather have gotten Samoa Joe the win at SummerSlam, done this same finish, but it's Joe who taps out, but the ref doesn't see it, only sees the pin. And then you have a mad AJ who feels he got screwed. I think that's just more there. I don't understand why they want the heels to get so much sympathy and the baby faces to look like they're,
I don't know.
Robert
Because there really
Baker.
is no such thing as babyface and heel anymore, is what it seems like, honestly. Just people. So I don't know. I kind of hope they put it on Joe eventually, but as of right now, what we found out on SmackDown is that the match at Super Showdown in Melbourne or Sydney, whatever it is in Australia, between Daniel Bryan, Melbourne, between Daniel Bryan and
The Miz.
Whoever wins that will get a WWE Championship match.
But they never announced when, so we don't know.
Yeah, so it could just be on SmackDown. It could be on a pay-per-view. We don't know. And then next match was Miz and Maurice versus Brie and Bryan.
Well, I was actually going to say, too, if they don't believe in heels and baby faces, explain this next match.
I agree.
Because that's your baby face heel to a T right there.
And the match itself, it was alright.
Alright, question though. Up until this point, is the comeback of Daniel Bryan been a flop?
I'm going to say yes, kind of. I think they're partially waiting to re-sign him, but now hasn't he re-signed?
He has re-signed.
So now they're probably going to finish up this program and do something with him, maybe.
My thing is, I think the booking has failed Daniel Bryan. I also think situations that are happening on SmackDown, I think not been. I think it's easy to almost have Daniel Bryan lost in the shuffle right now.
Yeah.
It's just bad timing.
They got to build him back up to the super babyface he used to be.
Yeah. You don't have any good... I don't want to say good heels, because you do have some. But, man, when you had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn doing their thing, it was just different ballgame.
Yeah. No, I agree. But anyways, Miz, Maurice... Well, Maurice got the pin on Brie, which, again, as we said before, I believe it's going to set up something for Evolution.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think they are wrestling each other at Evolution.
So there we go.
I don't know if it's confirmed.
And it keeps the thing going with Daniel Bryan and Miz. I think we called this match exactly how it went.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it was a couple weeks ago. I don't really remember.
I think we also called Becky Lynch winning the title too.
I honestly, I cannot really remember because it was a couple weeks ago, but that one for some reason just sticks out. But anyways, the next match was Ronda versus Alexa.
I'm glad this match got some time.
Yeah, it's actually got like 12 minutes, and Alexa actually got some offense in.
And apparently got hurt.
Yeah, she actually apparently legitimate hurt. That's why she's not doing the Mixed Match Challenge and doing some other stuff.
Ember Moon.
Representing Alexa Bliss, which...
Not representing, but now tagging with Brown.
Yeah, same thing.
But apparently the match happened after SmackDown, and then you had Kevin Owens and Natalya.
Yeah.
And the finish... And apparently they let Braun Strowman go babyface in this thing, because he knew he was going to get cheered. Which is funny, because I love how they have an all-Raw match after SmackDown.
Right.
But apparently the finish saw Ember Moon jump off Braun's shoulders to do an eclipse off Natalya.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
So.
You know what it would have been even better?
Sparkle Flash?
No, if she did, well, that too, but if she did the eclipse off of Braun onto KO.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
And then Braun steals the pin.
And then Braun steals the pin. Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Just like slaps Ember Moon a pin. But apparently they played the whole angle up where Kevin Owens doesn't want to face Braun. Blah, blah, blah.
There you go.
Had some fun with it.
Oh, that's good.
So if that was the case, then Kevin Owens was truly the only heel in that match.
Yeah. I enjoy those mixed match challenge. That's
So apparently they had that, and then they also had Jimmy and Naomi. I'm trying to remember who they went up against.
Goldust and Mandy Rose. Oh wait, no, that was last year. Oh, it wasn't against Styles and Flair?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, who I believe Styles and Flair were.
Yeah, they did. Flair style. Anyways. Main event of Hell in a Cell. Roman as the champ versus Braun. And no matter what anybody says, I like the finish. Because I did not see it coming.
I didn't see it coming. I didn't hate it. What I hated is why doesn't Braun Strowman get angry over the fact that Brock Lesnar cost him his Money in the Bank cash-in?
Yeah.
That is what I just don't like.
That's the aftermath. That I agree with. He should have been pissed that he lost his chance. But when it happened at the time,
I also don't like the fact that he interferes in a match that has no rules and no disqualifications built in.
And they call it.
Yeah. Because in the very first one, Kane interfered.
And Michael still wins.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't beat up Michaels. But,
no.
Still, I would have had him interfere and then...
either retain or whatever.
Or just do more to where you know there isn't going to be...
Yeah.
Like do some to each guy to where...
I mean, we saw was it the fighting on the roof between the rest of Braun's faction and the tag champs versus the rest of Shield.
Yeah.
And we saw two guys in both Dolph and Seth fall off the side.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, the match was not bad, really. It was all right, but the fact that people are shitting on it, it's like, well, you didn't see it coming. He went in there, literally kicked the door in.
Yeah.
I mean, looked like a total badass. He walked up the side of the door. It was leaning against the ring.
I still think that was gimmicked.
Oh, 100% it was.
But then again, I wouldn't be surprised at it.
Brock's a monster, but honestly, he would have literally kicked it so hard that the mesh would have just gone in. Not the entire door.
I still like the first one, though, where Kane just
ripped it off.
Open.
Yeah.
That was gross.
But I mean, this
and that was his debut, too.
Yeah, that's a good debut.
That's a good debut.
But overall, I loved it because no one saw it coming, and Mrs. Meniac, officially Mrs. Meniac, she hated it, but then I was like, well, you didn't see it coming, though, did you? And it's different. She's like, yeah, but I'm tired of Brock being there and then not being there. It's like, okay, I get that. Maybe now he goes away for a bit.
But here's the thing. If Brock Lesnar wanted to get heat, wouldn't you have then put Braun's arm over Roman? And that's how Roman loses. And then Roman gets truly screwed out of the title, more sympathetic. That
would have made sense.
These, I think, are the chances that they missed.
They missed, yes.
With trying to get Roman cheered.
Don't get me wrong. they could have done it better. Like that, for example, absolutely. But, they did what they did.
Or putting Roman over Braun, because then you can have an excuse for having a one-on-one match instead of a triple threat match.
Yeah.
And then you're taking out, one factor in Braun. But
I think screwing over Roman would make sense.
yeah.
Only because of Roman being the one that beat Brock. But again, what do I know?
Well, and that's the thing. It's because then you also have like the Brock's like, well, I got a rematch, and then Roman's like, well, so do I, and then this triple threat match is just an easy.
It's explained very easily.
And then you can have Braun as your champion, and then it just works.
Yeah. As kind of a heel champion, but he's still a monster.
And then you can have Braun go over on Brock there, and then you can put the title back on Roman at the Rumble or something.
Yep, I agree. Anyways, moving on, we got Matt Hardy, apparently officially done in ring for WWE. But it looks like he's doing backstage stuff.
You know when he'll go back to wrestling? Never!
Yeah, his career in WWE in ring, deleted.
Well, it's obsolete.
No, fair enough. But I would love to see if we end up having Jeff Hardy off the TV for a few weeks. He reappears as Brother Nero, and Broken Matt Hardy is his manager. That'd be awesome.
I'm also curious to see what are they going to do with Bray Wyatt moving forward.
So far, nothing. But yeah, it will be interesting. Also, on a side note with managers, absolutely loved, and still love Drake Maverick with the Authors of Pain. That is hilarious.
No longer Authors of Pain. Just now being referred to as AOP.
AOP?
My thing is they're going to change their finishing name because it was called The Last Chapter.
Yeah.
So if you're not going to reference the author part, why reference the chapter part?
Call it LC. LC by AOP. There we go. Also, Renee Young has officially taken over as first ever female commentator, full time on Raw.
Yeah, I think we saw that coming too.
Yeah, but you know what? She's doing a great job too.
Yeah.
I love it. And Coach has taken over her spot in the kickoff shows for pay-per-views.
I do find already that she is being fed lines. You can tell that already.
Yeah. I think she will find her voice eventually, though, and it won't be so bad.
I don't think it's so much finding her voice. I think it's still of
getting confidence.
I think she's I still think it's more of a puppet on the thing. I really wish you would. They would just let the announcers kind of play ball a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Fair enough. Also found out that Heyman apparently has been working backstage for a while now. I'm not sure what he's doing, whether he's producing as a road agent or whatever, but apparently he's been backstage for a little bit.
I know he's helping out with storylines and stuff like that. Apparently he's had a giant role in the direction of how Brock Lesnar is being used. Apparently it was their idea about not having him on TV and making him look like he's just going back to the UFC and stuff like that. I also hear that he's been helping Roman Reigns a lot backstage as well.
There we go. Also debuting on Raw was, what's his name? Leo Rush.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that? It was really funny watching him flipping shit around. That was
I really loved his thing with Elias when he's out there complaining about Elias playing only one song, and Elias is like, oh, wait a second, whose kid is this?
That was pretty good, yeah. I just can't figure I know there's no faces and heels anymore, but say hypothetically there were. Is he a heel or is he a face?
I think they're going to allow the fans to go whatever direction. If he's cheered, then they'll cheer Bobby Lashley more. Yeah. If he's booed, then they'll boo Bobby Lashley. I think it's more to see how this is going to help Bobby Lashley moving forward.
Fair enough. I kind of like, though, you know what? Them as a tag team would actually be really good, too. I would really like that. Oh, did you hear? The Rock's daughter is training at the PC. My question to you, who cares? Seriously, who fucking cares?
I just want to know one thing. Does she like pie as much as The Rock does?
She's touched at least one, I can guarantee that.
Or is she all about the strudel?
The answer is yes. She loves all of the above. She loves all desserts.
There's so many jokes you can make here.
All the jokes.
Huh.
But really,
You know what?
she's 17 and she's training at the Performance Center.
To
Cool.
to explain her potential, I think she's stuck between a rock and a hard place.
There you go.
Boom.
But no, on a serious note, she's 17, she's training at the Performance Center. Really, who cares? Yeah, it's somebody's daughter. Charlotte Flair was there. Oh,
It doesn't matter if you care.
exactly. Fuck me, right? And last thing I have is WWE is going back to Saudi Arabia at the beginning of November.
Yeah, they call their show Crown Jewel, I guess.
Looks like this is going to become more of a thing, eh? Twice a year. Maybe Braun will have to defend his title there.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting what they're going to do. Maybe that's why he got the... I don't know, like... It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
'Cause what was the point of that title?
No reason.
Just to make Saudi Arabia look like they were seeing something special?
That's probably most likely.
Maybe they're doing another Rumble.
They apparently paid like 8 figures for that show.
Oh, they got a lot of money for
Yeah,
that. And then they sold a lot... their TV broadcast to Fox for a lot of money, too.
Yeah.
Just think, why is WWE suck so high? Oh, yeah, because Vince knows how to cash in.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, they'll probably go out there twice a year now.
I mean,
My guess.
probably making a good dime on the Australian show.
Oh, probably. And we'll be able to watch both shows, which is nice.
Yeah. And they just, WWE just kind of, opened up NXT UK, so, yeah.
Yeah.
My thing is, when are we going to see a WrestleMania that's outside of Canada and the US?
It's going to take a lot.
And who gets it?
I would say England would be a prime, or maybe Japan.
I would love...
Problem is, though, other than the Wembley Stadium in England, like Tokyo Dome...
It's a different one, though.
Tokyo Dome is not that big.
No.
Not what they're used to, so I don't... That's what they're all about the money.
No, here's what I would do. If New Japan gets involved with the Ring of Honor show at Madison Square Garden,
Which they are.
I would put the Royal Rumble at the Tokyo Dome.
Just big old fuck you to them.
100. Think about it. It's probably in the same month, or I think it is the same month as their big show, Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom is the beginning of the month, and then it's at the end.
I mean, what's probably the number 2 pay-per-view after WrestleMania for WWE?
Royal
a lot
Rumble.
of when it comes
That's
to
my
popularity, a lot of people say Royal Rumble.
That's my favorite. So,
SummerSlam is probably the next biggest one.
Like size-wise?
Yeah.
Which,
But
speaking of which...
popularity.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we did talk about one of the last episodes that it's
going to Toronto next year?
Yeah, okay, we did. Okay.
I don't know if we did, but...
It's going to Toronto
we
next year.
did now.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah.
I think we did, but just to be safe. We did. It's going to Toronto next year. So there. We talked about it.
Oh, because we're doing the Rumble 2020.
I'm not saying we're going. I'm just saying it's going.
Yeah.
Like,
I hope the 2020 Rumble's not in Toronto. I don't want to go to Canada for a Rumble. I want to go to the States.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's going to be expensive.
Well, maybe. Once it's 17.
That would never happen, but it'd be sweet if it was. It would
no
make it
way.
so easy.
Think about this. Like, we're thinking about doing like a road trip to go see the Rumble, and then all of a sudden it's just fucking 20 minutes away.
It's in Calgary.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, fair enough.
Well,
anyways, that's all I
it'd
got.
be a good time to finally do a show at the new arena in Edmonton.
That's true. That is true. Actually, the only other thing I have is Meniac Award of Excellence. That's everybody that was at the wedding.
Woo! That's 2 for me!
There you go. Yeah, that is everybody that was at the wedding. From the...
That makes me the first 2-time winner.
You, Mrs. Meniac, me. That makes all of us.
Yeah, but you guys had to be there. It was your show.
I didn't have to be.
Well,
I didn't have
I don't think
to
I would have
be.
gone if one of you two weren't there. I don't think it would have happened.
Fair enough.
I don't know if you'd actually be alive if you weren't there.
No, I'd definitely be missing. Presumed dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's everyone from the troubadour that played before the ceremony, during the ceremony, before dinner, the band that kicked so much ass that night, the bartender who gave me a couple free drinks and was just awesome all night, the staff. And,
Apparently he didn't know what a Miller High Life was, though.
Yeah, but he probably just saying that because it's easier to say that. I don't know.
Oh, no, because somebody asked him, and then for fun I asked him later, and then he had no idea. he flat out, he's like, "You're not the first person who's asked me. I just don't know what that is." I'm like, "It's another beer that Miller makes. Just became a thing in Canada."
Actually, it's been a thing in Canada for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Maybe he doesn't drink. Who knows? I don't know. Still, he gave me a couple free drinks.
That's a poor excuse for a bartender.
He gave me a couple free drinks. He gets past my book. All the people came to enjoy and celebrate with us. Who else? The custodial staff at the venue. All the pictures, which anybody listening who's out there and used the photo booth, I have every picture that was taken at the photo booth. I have a lot, and I mean a lot of blackmail. It's great. It's good times. Yeah. I'm definitely releasing some of them coming up. So, and also the videographer, photographers.
Ooh, you're wondering what you can do on Instagram.
There we go. I'm going to go back.
The next 100 days.
Yeah. The next 100 days. No, I'm going to go back and actually start doing my What If Hockey Lines again. I release my first one tomorrow on Thursday, which this should be released some point tomorrow.
Man, that'd be actually a great way on Instagram. Just like at 100 next days. Who is going to see an embarrassing photo?
Yeah, it's enough. There's 400 plus photos,
there you go.
There's enough. Good 200 of them are all the same people. We'll let you pick who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep that off podcast.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all I got. Where are you going to be coming up?
I will be at the CWC Shattered event this Saturday.
What are you doing to that show?
Apparently, I am being forced to tag with Jude Dawkins once again to go up against a Wrecking Crew.
For titles?
I think it's for the #1 contendership because Jude Dawkins fucked it up last month and we lost.
So if you win, you get a shot at the titles?
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, it's Jude Dawkins. When it comes down to trying to get, a title, he loses.
Fair enough.
I mean, I've just said, if you want to put me in a tag titles match, I have a partner. He knows how to win them.
Yeah, as soon as I get fucking cleared.
So, just...
Hear that, management, CWC? Clear me. MPW, clear me.
Like, Bob Gordon went all this way to make this match happen. He's not even going to be at the show.
What a dildo.
Right. I mean, no wonder why Batman hated him.
Yeah, fuck Gordon.
And then the week after, I'll be wrestling Kyle Sebastian for the PPW title in Lethbridge.
There you go.
In a no disqualification match.
There you go. That'll be good.
Yeah. Hashtag Cougar Beat.
Yeah. Beat that meat. Hashtag beat that meat.
No, just Cougar Beats. I'm going to just beat them.
Fair enough.
So yeah, that's where I'm coming up.
I'm continuing more rehab, which I don't know how much more I can do. Whatever. And yeah.
That just looks really awkward.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a really tall, skinny guy in front of us, and he has to bend over a lot just to get to the door on the car. The visual is quite entertaining.
That was something.
Because the driver, who's an Asian lady, she had to bend over 0 to get to that small door.
She had to reach up a little bit. That was impressive.
That skyscraper was very awkward looking. Kind of looked like the Slender Man.
Great. Now I'm not sleeping tonight. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Dick.
Hey, you don't have to work tomorrow.
Yeah, fair enough. That's our podcast for the week. Go check out all of our stuff. The Backbreaker Media. All of it. Go get our old vintage T-shirts and all that. Check out in the description below. That's where all of our stuff is.
Yeah. And our, by the way, our condolences goes out to Bone Crusher, Billy Day, who recently passed away.
Did he?
Yeah.
I did not hear that.
At one point, he was my tag partner in Monster Pro Wrestling years back.
Shit.
Well before you were there. Only for a few shows.
That sucks.
We never won, but
that's really unfortunate.
I think it was right before I tagged with Knight.
Oh.
And you know how you follow that car crash?
Oh.
You tag with TJ.
Fair enough. You've got some terrible tag partners just like I have.
Yeah. But, I mean, I won tag titles with all of them, except for Bone Crusher. And I really don't remember if 99 won. I think we did, I just don't know.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, yeah. Is there anything big coming up?
I don't
know. Oh, who do you got in the Keeman Connor fight coming up?
It's in November, isn't it?
It's October 6th.
All right,
it's the day of our next MPW show.
Right. Well, day of your next MPW show.
Well, I never said mine. I said the next.
Oh,
so.
the next. Sorry. Yeah. The odds of me being there apparently are quite slim. But
well, I was 50-50. Either you're not there or you are there.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know. As of right now, I'm going to say probably Connor, but I don't know. I really haven't had a chance to actually look at it and make it an educated pick. Well, as educated as I'm going to get. Educated with a fight IQ of 48.
When do we ever make decisions based on education?
Once every 3 months.
YouTube really helps us out there.
Yeah, fair enough.
I say YouTube because we don't do the best research.
No, we just do a little bit of research.
Yeah.
Whatever's most successful.
If there's a funny video on YouTube, we look at that and then base our opinions. If we wanted real facts, we would not go to Google by any means necessary.
We also wouldn't have a podcast because we're not the right people to have fact-check and Google and shit. Podcast.
Why? It's a lot easier just to make shit up and go with it.
Exactly.
So, yeah. That was episode 93 of The Sound Struggle.
Gilmour!
And because the last little rant we had, we're going to clips an hour.
Hooray!
Yay! So, yeah, I'm Chris Parrish.
I'm Meniac.
And we are Tag Struggle.
We are real.
And we are
spectacular and married. We are married and spectacular.
Is that Struggle-licious?
I mean, I paid for it, so it better be.
Well, I guess it's a little bit of alright, I guess.
Yeah.
Duck 2 and later, bitches!
When your heart's pounding out of your chest, you can feel the thing shaking as you're running out of breath. If you're ready to rock,